What's going on, people? People are making videos now with E3 prediction qualities. Like, that's what they all want to talk about right now because E3 is a week and some days away. Well, 13 days away. For one of them. I don't really have predictions per se. I just want to see games with release dates. That's all I ever want to see. I don't really care what anyone's really doing. I don't care for the hardware coming out, Scorpio. I don't care. Xbox has their head up their ass with Play Anywhere, Play Pass, and no exclusives. I don't care for Scorpio. I am pretty much what the general consumer is at this point. I don't care. If you have an Xbox, you don't have a reason to buy a Scorpio. I'm sorry, you don't. When it comes to PlayStation, I want release dates. I want release dates for their exclusive content. Do I care about third-party developers of games that'll be on everything? No. But I want God of War 4's release date, and I want it to actually be the real release date. I don't want it to be maybe, might happen, we don't know, expect a delay. I want a release date, okay? I don't want to see Days Gone show up and then they be like, it still got 2 or 3 more fucking E3s before it ever comes to actually be released. I want to see real release dates. That's what I want to see from Sony. Because, Christ, what else are they doing? What are they doing that's... What are they doing that makes them stand out right now? See what I'm saying? I want to see them with real release dates, and I want to see them push VR. Because if that's a Me Too fucking headset, somebody jump up on stage and slap the fuck out of every Sony executive. Because they're literally just throwing money down the drain. And they really shouldn't be doing that. I mean, they really shouldn't be doing that considering they're trying to sell off Sony Studios, the movie studio and the television studio. They really shouldn't be just throwing money down the fucking drain if that's a Me Too device. I mean, the PS Vita is a Me Too device, and I'm just pointing that out. I'm pointing that out because a lot of people feel that their VR headset is a Me Too device, and I can't really argue with it because what have they done that makes them go, hey, this machine is worth the money? Exactly. There's nothing. And I know everyone's like, oh, but it's still technically new. No. It's going on over 6 months old. It's not still technically new. They promised us 80 games within the first physical year. And they haven't delivered upon that promise. So no, this is turning into a fucking disaster. Okay? They have up until October for 80 fucking games. 80 fucking games. This can be a nightmare. Because it'll turn into a Me Too fucking disaster. And they don't want that to happen right now. They can't afford for that to happen right now with the failure of Xbox One's Project Scorpio coming right down the tube, and with the Nintendo Switch's success rate. And if they have a failure with the VR headset, and I know it seems like a stretch of the imagination here, but trust me with this, if they have a failure with this because it is a piece of hardware that brings a feature out in the main component of the PS4, the Switch can only go up. It can't go down. It can only go up because developers have to look at that. There's no way, if you're a developer, you can't look at Sony going, okay, you're making products to be utilized in your main fucking hardware, your PS4. You buy this so your PS4 has features, but you're not utilizing it. Just like with the Vita, you're not utilizing this other thing, which brings features to your main fucking product, but you're not utilizing it. If you're a developer, if you're a software developer, you have to fucking look at that. Because then you're going to be like, there's no reason to make it VR compatible because Sony's just going to let it sit there. They're not going to do anything with it. You have to take that in consideration. And therefore, you won't use the fucking thing. See what I'm saying? Sony, you have to fucking take that and you have to fucking run with it. You cannot drop the ball here. The Switch is brand fucking new. The features are gonna come. The Switch is too new. It's only gonna be, 3 months old by E3? Yeah, that's too new. Games aren't really out for it yet. There's a handful of them. I think there's like 7 or 8 physical fucking games. And the games that are out are pretty fucking good. Rime is right now not available on the Switch, but that game is... I mean, I've read the comments for Rime, even on PlayStation's forum, and a lot of people are holding out for the Switch version of that game. So, y'all are losing the indie support. Yes, you're very indie friendly, but I mean, people are holding out for the Switch versions of games. So, you might want to rethink a lot of your strategy here. And I know I'm kind of going into a PlayStation thing here, but this is kind of my point. You have to fucking go and you have to push the VR headset because it is a main component for one of your main features in your main product of the PS4. You made that decision. You have to live with it. You also really need to push the PS4 Pro. With Scorpio here, right around the horizon, you need to push the Pro. You don't need to push the Slim. People know the Slim exists. It's your base model. Treat it as such. Push the Pro. Because if you don't push the Pro and people start levitating towards the Scorpio, especially with the way you, PlayStation, have been for the past 3 years, going on 3.5 years, all about 1080p, 60 frames a second on PlayStation. We're all about power. We'll deliver non-stop hardcore power from day one with the PS4. If you do not start pushing your PS4 Pro as if it is your only fucking system on the market, and then all of a sudden Scorpio comes out and then they're able to steal your thunder with that, hey, we have raw power and it's all about the power, even though they don't have any exclusives, you're going to lose that powerhouse grip that you've had on the market because all those games like Call of Duty, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, all those big budget titles that you've been able to get people to play on your system, including Overwatch, they're going to go and they're going to buy the Scorpio and they're going to play it on Xbox One, exclusively on Xbox One, because Xbox One now does exactly what you were doing, but they're doing it better. So what you need to do is you need to push the PS4 Pro, and you need to continually push it. And I'm not talking about the fact that you do the checkerboard bullshit and all the technical. I'm talking about you need to push it while Scorpio is not out. That way, people don't even worry about Scorpio because Scorpio has its own problems. We all know their own problems. We know them. There's no exclusive content. There's no exclusive games. Everything is shared with PC, making you wonder, why should I upgrade to a Scorpio? We've all heard Phil say there's plenty of reasons, but he doesn't list them off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, if you have a 1080p television, we still have reasons to buy it. Phil, what are they? You need to elaborate. What are your reasons for anybody like me who has a 1080p television and a Xbox One Slim, which does all media 4K? All medias, Hulu's, Netflix, 4K Blu-ray player, All that shit is 4K already in my Slim, and I have a 1080p television, and the games look fine the way they are. What would be a reason for me to go out and spend the extra money on Project Scorpio when you offer zero content? Because it's shared between the PC and your piece of plastic. Even Horizon 3. All of it. All your content is shared between Play Anywhere, making the reason to own non-existent. So you need to come out on stage and you need to be the world's best salesman. You need to be the world's #1 salesman. You need to go to an army store or just an army recruit center, and you need to listen to them pitch joining the army, and you need to memorize that, and you need to flip it and do how to sell an Xbox One, because I don't think you're going to be able to do it. You're just not. You're going to have people who are tech junkies buy this thing to show it off on YouTube. Of course you will, but then you're not going to have people go out and buy it who are just like me, who are like, hey, I have the Slim. It's a great system because it does 4K output for video. I can watch Hulu and Netflix in 4K. I can have a 4K Blu-ray player, and I can still play my Xbox One games. But then you have the question of what on Xbox makes the Xbox One stand out amongst everybody else. When Horizon 3 looks better on the PC, Halo 5, nothing to brag about, but it also plays better on the PC, looks better on the PC. Halo Wars 2's on the PC, better on the PC. Quantum Break, you lost Remedy as an exclusive creator, and it's, again, that game is also on the PC. You rely way too heavily on Play Anywhere. Your backwards compatibility, you rely way too heavy on that. So again, you are really going to have to figure a way out to answer all these questions for people to go out and spend this money. You're going to have to. At E3, this is going to be the main question on everyone's mind. Phil, we bought an Xbox One. You're not making any content exclusively for Scorpio with no Xbox left behind. You have no exclusive content, and we're not talking about timed exclusive because you don't even have any of that either. But you have no exclusive content. Why do you think we should buy an Xbox One Scorpio? What's the reason? Because 4K gaming, in all honesty, nobody cares about. The only people who care about it own a PC. And they're not going to buy your piece of plastic if you don't offer exclusive content, because why would they? Why would you spend money on something if it doesn't offer anything? And then Nintendo just has to give us more information on the shit we already know is coming. That's all they have to do. Nintendo just has to show up, and all I gotta be like is, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, here's a 10-minute trailer with some gameplay footage. Mario Odyssey, here's a new trailer and some gameplay footage. Splatoon 2, new trailer, gameplay footage. That's all they have to do. And all they have to do after that, at the end of each one of those games, release date, release date, release date, release date. That's it. There's not a whole hell of a lot they have to do outside of that, because their fucking hardware is still brand new. We know that they're going to have the first party games, and we know the first party games are going to be the shit. We already know that. So all they have to do besides that is go, hey, by the way, here's some games you probably didn't even know about from third party developers. And the fucked up part is, they're not even having a stage show, and they can already beat Microsoft and PlayStation. They can beat both your asses without even trying. Again. They beat your ass last year with just this game. That's it. Well, Pokemon Sun and Moon as well, but that's besides the point. Nintendo's not going to have a show floor. They haven't had one since Iwata passed away, which I think has a lot to do with it, but I don't know. But still, I think that with the Switch being so new and it's so hot. It's such a hot device right now. If y'all don't bring your shit, if you don't just, you have all this time. You have like 2 weeks. You have 13 days. 13 days is more than enough time for you to go, we have got to bring the guns. We gotta bring the fucking grenade launchers. We gotta bring the AK-47s. We gotta bring everything. Anything that's in Call of Duty, we gotta bring that shit. We gotta bring everything. Just fucking lay it out on the table. Sony, you know what you gotta do. You gotta fucking bring all your shit to the forefront. Release dates, heavy hitters, and push your fucking products and fucking act like it once the show's over. Knock the price down in that VR headset. You know that's a piece of shit, and stop acting like you don't. Fucking Christ's sakes. Xbox, if you can't make up with the fucking exclusives, I don't know what you're gonna do. I really don't. If you can't fucking come with exclusive content, if you cannot get past this bullshit ass Phil Spencer, well, if we don't include PC gamers with the games that we have on the Xbox, then we're leaving people behind bullshit. I don't know what you're going to do because, Phil, you've done some good. I'm not going to overlook that. You've done some good. Don Matrix caused a lot of problems. But at the same time, he understood what fucking exclusives meant to a brand. So, I'm not going to overlook that. I am not going to overlook the fact that Don Matrix knew exactly what it meant to have exclusives to a brand. Whereas, Phil, you don't. You don't know what exclusives mean to a fucking brand because you fucking taking them away. You have fucking made it null and void for any kind of anything that's not a shooter game on your Xbox. Nintendo has more than enough advantage for this E3 for them to not only just take it from both of you, but knock it out of the park with just a mention of a handful of games. Like they can show up with 4 or 5 games and steal the entire show. Phil, I hope you become the world's best salesman because if you don't, that system, I've said it time and time again, I will continue to say it, is going to fail. It's just going to. Because I can't figure out who's going to buy a Scorpio and for what reason they would if they already own the fucking thing. I've had people telling me you should wait and buy a Scorpio, and I keep telling them, why would I want to buy a premium console when there's nothing premium about the brand? See? Why? Why would I want to pay premium prices for a brand that offers no premium anything at all? I'd rather buy the Slim at a cheaper price, and it works just fine. It works just fine. I use it all the time. I play on it, and everything looks great. There's nothing fucking wrong with buying the Slim. If you want to buy a Slim, go buy a Slim. It's got a 2TB model out there. You can buy a 1TB model or a 500TB model, or a 500 gig model. Sorry, you can buy those, and they work just fine. They'll get the job done. There's nothing wrong with it. Why pay for a premium machine that offers nothing premium? And PlayStation, push your shit. Push your products. Push the products that are features for your main device. Push your mid-cycle refresh more so than the bullshit device that nobody asked you for. Push the PS4 Pro because fuck, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna get this fucking syndrome in your head that's like doing like this where you're just going, I can't believe we aren't selling any. And the fucked up part is you have exclusives. Even though some of those don't exist on that list of games that should be PS4 Pro compatible, you should still fucking push the PS4 Pro. Just do that. I'm telling you, if you do that, I don't see why PlayStation 4 could not remain where it is. But if they don't, PS4, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna slow down. You already are slowing down. You're gonna slow down even more. You're gonna start really slowing down. Xbox, I don't see catching up at all. I just don't, because you don't believe in exclusives. You're not gonna catch up. You need exclusive content. You need Halo to come back in a big way. Someone go to 343 and stick a firecracker up their ass so they can actually feel some kind of excitement for something. Because I don't know what the fuck I don't know what 5 had going on for it, but yeah, they need some kind of jump start. So please, somebody do something, because right now the big dog in the room is Nintendo, because they've got the hottest product on the market, and the games that we know about coming out are, yes, you have Skyrim, and we all know Skyrim has been remastered for the PS4 and Xbox One, and we know the one that's coming out for the Switch is only the one that was on the 360 and PS3. We know that. We don't really care. Surprise, nobody cares. The thing that we really care about is the fact that they actually put it on the Switch, meaning there's so much more potential there, and Nintendo tends to like to utilize the potential there, especially when they get the ball rolling. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and it's a very dangerous time for PlayStation and Xbox. If Nintendo can continue this fucking momentum, they've already wrapped up production on the Switch, what, 2 times? Twice? They have, what, they're saying within the physical year of its life, the first physical year, it's supposed to outsell the fucking Wii U within the first physical year? If I'm PlayStation or I'm Microsoft, I'm just a little concerned, because, especially if I'm Microsoft, because that means they're catching up to my ass by the end of year 2. So, I might want to really be bringing the big guns to E3 this year, because they just brought this bitch out and it's on fucking fire. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. This has been my little E3 bullshit, my little what they need to do, what they should do, and what they probably won't do, because we all know that PlayStation and Microsoft probably won't do it, even though they need to. And Nintendo more than likely will do exactly what I said, which is show off the games, because that's all they got to do. What else do they have to do? Their fucking product is on the market. What else do they need to fucking do? They don't have any of these mid-cycle refreshes. The product just came out only 3 months ago. So all they gotta do is just be like, games, anybody games with release dates, games, and E3 is one. Microsoft has Scorpio to talk about and release. PlayStation has products to push and talk about games with release dates. The other two have more work to do than Nintendo. Nintendo, you have the fucking advantage. Take it. Deuces.